What's up, guys? Nirvana here from the Patriot Games presented by Born Primitive Tactical. We are super excited, super pumped for our 2025 championship to kick off in Fleming, Georgia at 17 South Rod and Gun Club. That being said, I know it can be exciting. However, we do have to be safe first and foremost. And if you're here at the championship, you've probably watched a few of my briefing videos that I think are the best videos you're going to watch, where we go over how safe you need to be. One thing we are really harping on this time is going to be chamber flags. You have to have a chamber flag. If need be, we may have some for you to borrow. They do have to be given back, but just make sure you have chamber flags because we're not moving around the range without a chamber flag inside of our rifle, okay? We got to be this safe no matter what. Another thing is going to be the retention holsters. We need retention holsters. And what is a retention holster, you ask? Well, there's basically two types of holsters. You're going to have friction holsters, where the only thing keeping the gun inside of the actual holster is going to be the friction of the holster. And you need some intensive force to kind of pull it out. However, it can easily be bumped around and pulled out by accident by an implement, crawling on the ground, and we just can't have that, right? Those holsters are fine for a regular day of shooting with your friends, but when you're doing this type of activity, we need some extra reinforcements in. So a retention holster is what we're going to be requiring. What is that, you ask? Well, there's different levels to it, but we're not going to get into that. I'm just going to let you know and show you an example. Right here, this is a holster with actual retention on it. See this little mechanism right here? This is a thumb retention mechanism. So you depress it down, you're able to pull out the gun. Without this being depressed, the gun does not come out, and I will show you that in a second. This here, this is friction. You can see there's no mechanism other than just pulling in and inserting out the gun. That's it to it. And I'm going to show you. Okay, for sake of the video, this is clear, no mag. Awesome, cool. Right, it's in there. All right, it can still come out. Pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. Here, empty. Cool, no mag, no round. All right, here it is. It's inside of its holster. I'm going to safely turn away. Nothing's in my view over there. This is not coming out unless I depress this thumb retention here, and then it finally comes out. And again, not trying to be picky. However, it is important that we are as safe as possible when we do this sport because we want these ranges to invite us back. We want to come back, right? So we want to make sure we don't cause a problem for anybody competing or even our volunteers. And it will result in automatic DQ. Your gun falls out. You don't do a chamber flag. We need all those things. Furthermore, we do have some situations here where potential flagging can occur. For example, on some of the floater stages. You need to be, and this may sound a little aggressive, I don't care how tired you are. Safety comes first. Running back and forth, you need to be pointing your gun downrange at all times. You break that 180 rule, I'm sorry, it's an automatic disqualification. Simple steps of being safe and careful can prevent your entire weekend from being ruined, and even more importantly, someone from getting injured or, God forbid, losing their life, right? We don't want to go there. We don't want to do any of that. So, please, trigger discipline. Keep your finger off that trigger until you're ready to shoot. Know the condition of your gun. Know where you're aiming your gun at. Be cognizant where you need to be on it with that barrel. Where is it pointed at all times? Finger. Be overly strict with yourself on the frame of the gun. Safety engagement. You want to make sure you engage that safety on your rifle because a mistake can lose you a foot, right? So we don't want to do any of that. We don't want to deal with all the crappy parts of it. However, I do need to remind people that there are consequences for not following safety protocol, and it's not always as simple as a disqualification, right? So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I'm missing? No? Cool. Well, guys, be safe, rest up, hydrate up. Really looking forward to seeing you guys, and probably going to say all this again.